What's up, everybody? I'm Albie13. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm showing you a demonstration of the new program that I came up with. So we coded a video editing tool, and in this video editing tool, I went ahead and loaded up our video. We have a file menu that it's not showing on screen right now due to the video the screen capture software. But besides that, it's not too important. Just to understand, you can go file and open, file and save as, that kind of thing. We're seeing very important things on the right, and let's just quickly go over them. We have our video information panel, which will give us information on the video. That is a tab. We can select that. It'll tell us the resolution of the video, frames per second, all that good stuff. Brush size here. So with this brush and color setting, let's go ahead and see if we can test our eyedropper tool. And that does seem to work. That does seem to work. So that's cool. So what we have here is we have the ability to kind of go through our video here. Let's show you a little bit of big movement happening here. Okay, so I can use my scroll wheel to kind of scroll back and forth through a video live, which is great. We've loaded the video frame by frame into memory, and the idea is to try to do this in a sophisticated way so you could deal with large videos. And so we have some other things on the interface. What we could do, we could select colors. There's some 8 color sample colors there. We can basically have our undo and clearing our current frame. And so what this is intended to do is sometimes you need to paint something over in a video that you do not want to show. And I can kind of demonstrate that right now. If we look at this laptop, you might be able to tell that there's something in the center of the laptop. It's very, very subtle. And this looks like a MacBook, so we would assume this would be like an Apple logo in there. But of course, that's just branding. But let's just say that instead of me choosing to paint it with silver, I'm going to go ahead and paint it with red as a demonstration of that so that you can see what I'm going to be painting. Now I'm going to go ahead and size this up. You can go ahead and see that I'm painting that on the video itself and on this specific frame. If you look at the top left, it tells us we're on frame 11. So if I scroll back and forth over that frame, I could see that one frame has that paint on it. And a future feature would be like to clone this onto another frame so that you can paint something on, and maybe have a rectangle tool, and you can choose which frames to apply that to. I think that's a great feature that will be added very soon. I like that this tool is forming up, and I'm gaining like what to do as I create the tool. But we have kind of a working demonstration here, proof of concept. So, the next frame, we can make it blue to make it obvious that we're switching back and forth between the frames for you at home, right? Okay, so you might imagine that we're blocking out whatever that would be on that laptop. And so we're able to skip through the frames with the mouse click, and also using keyboard shortcuts, and also using the mouse scroll wheel for ultimate convenience. We do have this cool little bar here at the bottom that allows us to scrub through the video very easy. And of course, we were on like frame 11 and get right back to that and see our edit. And you have a play button too, so that you can go through the video in a more automatic mode. You could just kind of play through until that's the part I need to edit, and you can pause there and you can work on it. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of an interesting idea. I don't know, there's stuff out there, I'm sure some of it is paid. There's these heavy duty editors that they have so many features. So, and all I wanted to do was paint the video, and then we have some advanced options to save the video with compressions lists or with compression. So we're saving and authoring the video, potentially saving a little bit of space on how big the file takes up. or saving it potentially in the highest quality to keep the quality of the video, but just apply our edits into it. So I hope you found this interesting. It's getting more to an advanced point where I'm trying to think of like what kind of tools do I need or what I want and are out there or are hard to get or cost money and things like that. This was coded with the help of AI, of course. This was coded in Python with the open source libraries. So Python is a great language, and the libraries that people have provided are incredibly useful for building these kinds of things. So it takes it really is just a matter of building it out and putting our interface in the functionality of how it interacts with everything. If that makes sense. This is working better than I imagined. I was able to code this program in an hour, which is nothing. It's not a lot of time to bring something to, how would you say, to life, right? Your vision is now something where you're working with it. You can make changes and edit it and things like that. Do your testing. So catch you on the next video. Like if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you're not following me for all neat things. And we'll be back with another video.